ash breathers. The world choked. It began with the eruption of the planet, a supervolcano tearing through the sky like a wound that wouldn't close. Ash blotted out the sun. Months passed, then years. The sky stayed gray. The trees crumbled to bone. Cities fell silent. Oceans turned still. The air turned thick and poisonous. What remained of humanity clung to life in scattered domes, biohabitats built in desperation and denial. Their plastic skins and humming filters barely held back the choking dust. Each dome was a coffin with better lighting. You live in Dome 417B, or what's left of it. The generator scrubbers hum more slowly now. You can hear it at night. The irregular wheeze of a dying machine. The lights flicker. The generators drink oil like thirsty beasts, and the supply drones haven't come in months. The wall near the kitchen is spiderwebbed with cracks. You tried sealing it with adhesive foam, but the ash still creeps in like mist. But it's not just ash. It began last week. First, a sound barely audible at first, a soft scraping, like someone dragging a sack of wet meat along the outer shell of the dome. At first, you thought it was your imagination, cabin fever, maybe hallucinations from the thinning oxygen. But last night you saw it, a shape pressed against the outer wall, silhouetted in the ever-settling gray. Its body was long and jointless, almost like something made from melted wax. It moved wrong, too smooth, too slow. Other figures were nearby, all moving, staring, waiting. It stared at you through the dome's weakened glass. They weren't just watching, they were listening, waiting. You check the generator filters again. Only one remains operational. The others blink red, dead, or worse, unresponsive. The manual says this dome was built for 5 years of use. You're in year 6. You climb to the observation hatch. The gray stretches endlessly in every direction. Mountains of ash shift like dunes. But they're not dunes, they're nests. You can see faint patterns in the dust. Hollows, trails, mounds. Breathing things beneath. They're not human, not anymore. No animals survived the ash, not in any form you'd recognize. The exposure did something. Changed tissue. Changed thought. Evolution. Forced and foul. Now these ash-born things stalk the outside, feeding on what they find and what they remember. 'Cause that's the worst part, isn't it? They remember us. Something knocks against the glass. You freeze. It knocks again. A long finger, black and wet, slides down the dome's surface. A mouth follows. But it's not a mouth. It's a slit, curved wide like a smile too far, lined with needle teeth, the color of frostbite. It whispers. You can't hear it through the glass, but the vibration rattles your teeth. You scream! Alarms blare. Red lights flash. One of the seals on the dome has ruptured. Oxygen levels are plummeting. The last filter begins to sputter. You run to the emergency closet, grab your mask, and seal it to your face with trembling fingers. The hiss of the tank tells you you've bought maybe 20 more minutes. But the hiss isn't alone. From every corner of the dome now, walls, vents, seals, you hear it again. They're not trapped outside. They're waiting. Last filter lets out a high whine and dies. Silence follows. No, not silence. A single cracking sound, then another. Hairline fissures spread across the dome above you like lightning frozen in glass. Something long and black slides between the cracks. An eye peers through, unblinking and milky. You think of running, but there's nowhere to go. This was always a sealed system. No exits, no doors, just filters, food rations, a bed, and a camera that used to connect to a central hub that's long gone dark. You hide in your closet, knowing there is no use. You shiver among your clothes, heart pounding like a drum in a grave. The dome lets out one last long groan, then the shell ruptures. Ash floods in like a living tide. The lights go out. You're blind. You're choking. You're not alone. You feel breath on your neck. A hand brushes your shoulder. A whisper in the dark. I found you. Then, along with the smell of rotting meat, there is nothing more. Just utter blackness.